So this will be good. I was wondering why your cleric was always casting like the same 2 spells. I
I
meant
mean,
to take a look at them.
spiritual weapon is a pretty solid spell.
It is.
What is?
Spiritual weapon.
It is. But you know, cause it, no, it's not called cause wounds anymore. I just made a darn cleric. Inflict wounds. That's what they call it.
Yes.
Inflict wounds isn't a bad
I'm
spell,
I'm
and
not I'm not generally a fan of inflict wounds because there's a save for it,
fair enough.
and it doesn't do a lot of damage
3d10.
for level 1.
Yep.
Oh wow, it's improved from the last 2 editions. Then in 3rd edition, it was 1d8 plus 5. Like capped at 1d8 plus 5.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 3d10. Doesn't say you get a save against it either.
Oh really? It's just 3d10. That's
Yep.
Is it touch?
Yes. But that being said, of course, I mean, you have to cast it each time, but
Yes.
in a pin, as opposed to using spiritual weapon, but which you can just concentrate on. But
Yeah, I guess you could do spiritual weapon round 1 and then do inflict wounds after that,
okay,
because
yeah,
then you still get to use the spiritual weapon.
yeah. I mean, that was one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on this other Discord server, and I'm continuously making characters for it. Like at random times, they have like these little side quests,
Yep.
and I've been mostly doing it just to learn the other classes better.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
So, I hadn't done a cleric in so long. I'm like, I gotta try one. So I spun one up recently. So there was that one. He already has Lester Restoration. He already has. Well, Shield of Faith is a concentration spell, but it would up your AC by 2 when you decided to use it.
Just your own AC?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem great for a concentration spell.
No, but it's. Oh, surrounds. Well, he could give it to someone else if he wanted to.
Still, like it's only
Yeah.
+2 for concentration,
Yeah. Nah, it's not thrilling.
and you have to spend a round doing it, so it costs you your any other action you might
It is a
take.
bonus action.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's a little better. Hold person isn't a bad one to take as well.
Yes, that can potentially be very powerful.
Well, Vicky's unmuted, so she must be here. Oddly, her mic is constantly lit, but she's not saying anything. And then once you've done all that, Greg, you just have to take a long rest, probably, at least on your character sheet if you're using that to track. And then
Okay.
you have to update your character sheet in D&D Beyond.
There. I did.
All right. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna reload your character. What? All kinds of things are going off. No, we cannot hear you. My wife just texted. Can you hear me? Hold on. I'm gonna mute my phone and yell upstairs, or my mic go upstairs. All right, 1 second. I gotta walk upstairs and make another mic call. Give me 1 minute.
Okay. I'll be right back myself.
Her Discord crashed. She'll, I think, be here in a second. She's going to reboot. And let me kick her while I'm here, just to force her to reconnect. You guys can still hear me?
Yep.
Cool. All right. All right. And Greg has spells. Great. We're cooking with gas. Gak. So you going to social distance, Paul, for the whole tutoring thing? You do it remotely, or how's you guys doing it? I haven't figured it out
I
yet.
don't really know yet. I mean, we might do it online. So the other option is, I mean, we are supposed to be opening up. And when I say we, I mean the state or the county is supposed to be opening up at the end of June, and we're not going to start until the beginning of July. So we might be able to do in person,
Yeah,
but
we should be going to green, as the state calls it, at some point in the next relatively soon.
yeah. So so who knows?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, Vicky had to reboot her computer. Her Discord was kind of half
Sure.
frozen. So she'll be back in like a minute and we'll get started.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were looking at one tutor and I don't know, he was doing things all remotely, him and some other guy. But
Mhm.
Tutor for what?
oh, my kid just finished 10th grade, so it started to start thinking about SATs and
Oh, sure.
classes and all that kind of BS over the summer.
Yes.
So that was one of our discussions earlier today, trying to figure that out. And if I take a look, All right, and then you update it at 8:10. So that should be okay for your spells. All right, cool. We should be good. So then we were looking. I forget what the name of the place was, but it was where we sent Mark a couple years ago, and they seemed okay.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you got a place that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it is what it is. As long as you get a few pointers and you take a few practice tests and they drill in a bit. I mean, I'm not trying to spend a gajillion dollars to get my kid a 1600.
Right.
Let me yell upstairs, see if it's up yet. Maybe I'll just text her.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey!
Yay.
Hi.
It took me that long to boot up the computer.
It's old. I mean, it was my old work computer, so. And I've had this one probably for a couple years, so.
That's weird how it would flash like I was talking, but nobody could hear me.
Yeah, it looked like I knew something was up because even now it looks like, oh, okay, it blinked now a second ago, but it looked like you were constantly yapping and we never heard nothing.
Huh.
I'm
I was
glad it
yapping.
works. Glad it works now.
Yay.
It's kind of like how things are with my wife. No, I'm just kidding.
Ah,
Well, you did get your. Are you still using the same microphone as you were before, Greg?
I'm just using my phone now.
Okay. Fair
Best
enough.
it's the best I can do. Like my headset I was using, just my old headset shit the bed just this week. So now I just have my phone.
Gotcha. Okay. So, okay. So, we're gonna try and move on from the army of NPC characters
Huh.
that's been following you guys around, at least for my sanity's sake. So, what we'll say is that I want to say Artemis, but I forget what his name is.
Um,
Him and
artists,
Artis, yes, I want to say Artemis, but Artist, yeah. So him and Dragon
dragon
Bane,
bait.
is it Bait or Bane? Hold on,
I thought it was
You
bait with a
tell us.
T.
is it? All right,
But
it's been
you
two
know better than
weeks.
us.
Well, I gotta go look it up. It's been 2 weeks, so
Fair.
uh, yeah, boot. It is Dragon Bait. Okay, so Artist and Dragon Bait are gonna go forward and try and find the city of Omu and meet you there, right?
Okay.
And I mean, your guy doesn't really know anything more further south,
Right.
so you know she's going to return back to the port,
Yeah, that's fine.
with I guess the druid as well for whatever reason we'll make up.
Our our plan is to investigate this heart of Uptown.
Yep.
And I think there was something else we saw between here and Omu.
Yes, I believe you remember correctly. You saw a shipwreck in the distance,
Right. Right.
right? That was roughly um say northeast, give or take, something like that, of
Right.
the
Of Omo.
well, it was actually you don't know exactly what it is, but from the Atis Walazaki, whatever, the one part that's on your map above the
Oh,
Valley of
let
so
me go and look at that.
yeah. Right, so you're at that red dot, right? And if you have that filled in,
Yeah, I see it, but yeah.
yeah. So it's roughly northeast ish of like I said, right above the Valley of Lost Honor. Right, there's that gorge with the river, whatever it is, Atisa,
Yeah,
YKLW.
I can't quite see it from the picture that's posted. I'm going to see if I can save it and look at it there.
Here, let me get. I can snip this. Hold on. If you need me to do that, I can do that real quick. So if I do something like that, right? Do that. Go here, and I'll put it in the Tomb of Annihilation real quick.
Thanks.
Now the red dot, that's where we are, right?
The red dot is where you are. Yes.
So, okay, that's what I thought.
Can you pin that?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
All right. So let me reread to you the description of this thing since it's been a couple weeks, right?
Yeah,
I thought
thanks.
we.
I'm sorry, Parse. What's that?
No, I was just seeing if the description was pinned, and it's not. So that's
We have
okay.
a picture of it in the chat.
There is a
We
picture, but
do.
here, I can even do this. Boop.
Actually, the picture, the description is right under the picture, and you can just scroll up a couple of pages.
Ah, so it is. Yep. So in the end, it's just a chunk of earth that floats and slowly rotates, and you got a tree at the top, or what's left of one, right? And it kind of looks like a heart.
Yeah, it sure does. With veins and aorta and everything.
There you go. It was well named. It's about 200 feet above the ground, and it rotates slowly counterclockwise.
Do we see any way of getting up there?
Um, certainly not any easy way for sure. I mean, it's just kind of floating up there. As you're let's see, let me get to where I'm supposed to be. Um okay. So as you're sitting there, whoop, fudge, I'm dropping things. As you're sitting there pondering how to get up there, um, you see an elf woman eventually kind of looks over the edge by the staircase, we'll say, and peers down uh, at you from there for a couple of seconds, and then
I'll wave at her.
okay, um, she calls down in Elvish, asking for your name and why you've come.
I don't speak Elvish.
Does anyone else speak Elvish?
I don't speak English.
We got no elves? Wow. Okay, or no one who speaks elf. Okay. Well, then she switches over the common, and she's asking your names and why you've come.
I mean, I'll tell her our names. I'll say we're adventurers come to investigate this strange phenomenon. And I'll try to suggest that it's uh, difficult to have a conversation over a span of 200 feet. Maybe we could talk face to face.
Sure. So, she says, "Sure, good idea." So, after a couple of maybe a minute or so, you see a circular portal open about 10 feet in diameter in front of you,
Oh,
and yeah, you can
oh, let's go through.
walk on in, right? It'll be like Doctor Strange, you know.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know if it does
but
it
she
that
was
way.
moving out of the portal, but okay.
No,
I
no.
guess we can go in.
She says, "Come on in." All right,
We go in.
in you go. Everyone's going in. Yes.
I believe so.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So you teleport up to where she is, which is, we'll say, it's like the that landing area right by the tunnel, right?
Okay.
And coming out of the tunnel is we'll say a small, I don't want to call it a stream, but definitely there's water that's constantly flowing out of the tunnel, just like a little, you know, like after you just washed your car or something like that, right?
Right.
So she says, you know, my name is Valindra. What brings you to these?
Dalindra,
Yes.
I'll say we are adventurers on our way to Omu to fight the Yuan-Ti. We saw this strange thing floating in the sky. We thought we'd come to check it out. We have no ill will towards anyone here. We're just curious as to what this is.
Sure. She says, this is what the locals call the heart of Ubatu, and the natives here think that is the um, petrified heart of their god, and they think of it as a holy place. But how this originally came to be like this, I can't say. I don't know. But
But you
that's
live
all.
here?
So,
Um,
what are you doing here, Dalindra?
Sure. Um, she says, you know, myself and I am leading from here or coordinating from here um an expedition of of followers who of wizards who are going to I'm sorry, going to Omu. There's
Going
a
going to Omu for what
powerful there's
purpose?
I believe there's a powerful magic item there, and the wizards are there trying to retrieve it.
What do they plan to do with it once they retrieve it?
We plan to study it. It's a very unique item, and it should be kept somewhere safe. And we should. We're trying to retrieve it, and like I said, just keep it safe and study it, and make sure that it's protected from other beings or what have you. Right.
What does it do?
Right now, I mean, it's certainly sending powerful magic throughout the realm. Um, it's causing folks who were raised from the dead not to basically go and die again, and it's stopping spells like that from raising people in the future. So
That sounds evil. Perhaps it should be destroyed and not studied.
no, I don't think it should be destroyed. I think that we can if we can find this item, we can protect the world from it, and then also um, study how it works and learn from it. That's our
So,
plan.
so you think you can shut off its effects?
We think so. We think we can do it.
Does this item have a name?
I don't know its name. I think I've heard some people call it Soulmonger.
Soulmonger.
Is it-
How sinister.
I guess it can be.
Only
When are you
For
planning
me,
on
it's
leaving?
just a magic item that needs to be looked after.
When are you planning on leaving for Ormu?
I am not. I am just simply
Oh, when are
here
they
doing
planning on
research.
leaving?
They're already gone.
Oh, they already left for Ormu.
Hmm.
How did they go there? Are they walking?
Yes.
How
They
long ago did they leave?
Oh, I guess they left some time ago within the week, and
So a
they're
few days
out. They're
ago?
looking. Yeah, they're working their way down, and we don't have the exact location of it, so they'll have to go searching. But
What are their names? In case we run into them, it would be helpful for us to be able to, explain that we also are we bear them no ill intent, and we'd like to get along with them, and we're friendly because we don't want any misunderstandings to lead to violence.
no, that's fair. And she gives you the name of one of the wizards. Let me see if I can find him. If not, I'll post it in a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. 1 second. It's a different chapter of the story. So, let's see. I'll find it later. I'll post it
Okay.
later, but
Just post it when you have it.
yep, I'll post it when I have it. But
Do you,
she gives you the name. That's not a problem.
Delindra? Do you know anything about this strange shipwreck to the southwest near Ataz Il Klawazi?
I do not. Wow.
And do you know roughly what direction Omu is from here?
We believe it's roughly to the south, probably west of the volcanoes of the peaks of flame. But we don't have, like I said, we don't have an exact location. But folks are
Right,
searching.
right. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting us visit. Is there anything else you can tell us about this heart of Uptown?
No, I really don't know much about it. For me, it's just a safe place to be, away from the creatures on the jungle floor, and relatively safe, of course.
Are you
Um,
here all by yourself?
um, yeah, for the most part. Sometimes folks will come from, other wizards might come from our order, but otherwise, you know,
What's the name of your order?
let's see. We've been getting the order is the Red Wizards of Thay. I am not a
Oh,
wizard myself, um, but I'm helping to coordinate,
but
what they're doing.
so the other members of the wizards who went to Omu to look for this soul thing are also the Red Wizards of Thay?
Yes.
How interesting. And why are they called Red Wizards? Do they wear red?
Yep.
Huh. How interesting. It was so lovely to meet you. Perhaps you could do us the favor of creating a portal for us to go back down to the ground.
Sure. Not a problem. So she
Is,
pulls out a
before
a. Go
before
ahead.
we go, is there anything else you can tell us about Omu? Like any dangers it might have?
I mean, there's lots of dangers in the jungle, especially undead in this area. Um, Generally speaking, as long as you're, in the forest area, um, towards the center of the peninsula, there tends to be undead roaming around. They tend not to be, west of excuse me, east of the river, Oolong, or to a certain extent, west of here, they tend to have not gotten that far. But if you go south from here or further north or east, yeah, you're in quote unquote undead territory, we'll say.
So if we travel south, we'll encounter some undead in the jungle.
Probably.
Are there any particularly effective ways to fight the undead that we might find?
I think they're normal undead as far as I know, so the usual ways would be fine. There's nothing special about them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure. She pulls out a scroll and reads from it and recreates the portal, and you can go back down.
So I have a question for the other people in the group.
Yeah.
Greg and Vicky and Paul, are you familiar with the Red Wizards of Thay? Because
I am not.
I've
I
heard.
am. So I'm gonna put this in the channel as well. But the Red Wizards of Thay are one of the major evil factions in the Forgotten Realms. They create and control undead, and they are real bad news.
So that's why you were particularly cagey with her then, just because.
Well, I didn't
Uh,
trust her from the beginning, and it turned out I was glad that I was cagey from the beginning because, uh, like, if the Red Wizards want this artifact, we definitely do not want them to have it.
Yeah, like you said, study it sounds nefarious at best. Most likely it's going to be used, or yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they want to use it to uh, either to create more powerful undead or to turn the the bodies of people who it's having some sort of effect on people who were dead at some point. So maybe they want to use that to make these people into undead or something like that that they can then control.
understood.
And I'm glad we didn't let on that we are also looking for it.
You did a good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, that would have been a rookie mistake.
So here you are. So where are you
Yes.
going?
So we're heading southwest anyway towards Omu. And at some point we may have to make a decision to check out the shipwreck. But currently I'm inclined to go directly to Omu because we may have a slight advantage that the Red Wizards don't know where it is and we do. So it's possible we might be able to get there. Might be able to make up some time because we can go directly there and they won't necessarily go directly there.
I like that idea.
Get get the jump on them. Now, out of curiosity, we should be careful they're not following us too.
Yeah, so that they don't necessarily know that we exist. I mean, Delindra might tell them if they have a way of long range communication. They don't know that we want the Soulmonger. I don't think I told her that we were going to Omu.
You did.
Well,
I did? Okay. So I told her we were
Yeah,
going to Omu, but I
you
didn't tell
told her
her.
about the Untamed.
Oh, right. Yes, you're right. But we didn't tell her why.
she might send someone or something after us. Who knows? Like the point is, we
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
followed. In fact, I would suspect it
That
or
that
expect it. I
that
mean,
that's possible. Um,
especially if they don't know where Omu is. If she even has a hint that we have an inkling, then she could use that against us.
yes, although if that's the case, at least they're not likely to attack us along the way if they're trying to use us to get to Omu. We should just be wary that if we see them in Omu, we may need to fight them.
Okay, makes sense.
Okie dokie. So you're at that red dot, which
Yeah.
is, you have some forest to the east that you could go to. If you're
Well,
going to go ahead.
we want to go pretty much as directly towards Omu as we can.
Okay. So you're heading.
I don't.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't think there was anything in the forest that we particularly wanted to look at.
I have no interest in the forest.
So you could see while you were up there, and certainly from your travels,
Oh yes.
that
Yeah.
once you cross the river there to the south, you're going to be back in forest again.
Okay.
So yeah, you can cross this. We'll call it like a plains area or what have you. It's part of a. So you can head that way, cross that little river, and then you're going to be back into forest
Right.
for as really until you get either to those volcanoes or
Right.
that valley or what have you, depending what you decide to do.
Okay. Do you want us to like map out the path we're taking, or is like saying we're going to Omu? Is that enough?
Well, we'll just see which way you're going to go, and we'll have you find there, right? So
Okay.
I assume you're going. I mean, you can just tell me what direction you're going, and we'll just
I
kind of move
think
you.
I think we're going.
We're going to move diagonally until we're directly north of Omu, and
Yeah.
then we're going to move south.
So southwest until we're north of Omu, and then south to Omu.
Okay. So I don't remember if you know. I don't think you know exactly where it is. So when you
I
say
think
north of
I,
Omu, where is
I thought
that?
that the Naga had given us the hex that Omu was in.
I think she gave you an approximation, but is that?
Let me. Seth was working on updating the map, but I don't think he posted it. So I'm going to
Okay.
poke him. I don't know if he'll like how quickly he'll get back. I'm going to poke him to post
Well,
his updated
you
map
know it's between the valley and the volcanoes,
and the peaks.
right?
Yeah.
So
So I think
I'm
maybe
sorry.
if we go 6 spaces diagonally, southwest,
Yeah.
and then
So
directly down.
I just scroll back, and we have on our map 3 hexes that Omu could be in, and yes, it's between the Peaks of Flame and what is this? The Valley of Lost Honor.
Yes.
So we sort of know where it should be.
Okay. Cool.
Like I said, I don't have. I don't know if I can put this in chat, but it's already in chat. Like
I'll
where
find
we
it.
think
That's
it
easy
is.
enough. That's fine. If it's in chat, I can get the pinned messages and I'll see it.
It's on 523. It's not pinned.
Oh. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. 523. Okay.
So at 523.
Oh yeah, there it is. I'll pin it. Just so you guys have it. All right. Cool. Got it.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yep. So that's where we're going to.
All right.
And that's how we're going to get there. We're going to go diagonally until we're directly north of that, and then we're going to go south.
Got it. And that was, let's look at that again. Yes. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it feels about right, right? So that's about where this turns. So we're going to say, give me some light green here. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll say we cross 5, 6. Whoop, 5, 6. How about let's undo this a bit? Boop, 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 boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and I'll change it to green. Come on, thank you. So something like that. Okay. That'll make it easy for me to spin dice as well. So let me get to that. And get to here. Right, so let's see. Boop. Okay. Sure, so from where you are. Sure, let's just do 1, 2. See if you see anything. Like, go here, give me just a few more. Okay. So thing's bad. Okay. 1 second here. Sorry.
It's fine.
The way they made this table really kind of sucks. Okay. All right. So, as you're going along your way on the first day out, let's see. You run into a pack of looks like 9 Dimetrons.
Are those dinosaurs?
They are dinosaurs.
We'll try hard to avoid them.
Okay. As long as you're leaving them go, then they don't care. So that's 1. Next day. Okay. So after, like, we'll say, we'll just do 1 more to be sure. Okay. Low numbers. So by this time, you get away from the heart, and the next, say, 3 days after that, so it took you your 6 days, and you're to the edge of the forest, right? So now you're gonna go south. Go ahead.
We're about to enter the forest, basically.
Yes, you're about to enter the forest.
Okay.
So from here, let's see, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, right? So from group here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first couple days in the forest. Oh, actually, I should be spinning this. I'm sorry. Back. Yeah, cool. Forest is easier. Let's see. The first day into the forest, you happen to find a desiccated hulk of a gnome cocooned in giant spider webs.
Gross. We'll
What?
search them though.
Does it appear to be recent, or has it been there a while? Or can we
Looks like
tell?
it's been there for a while.
Did
And
you say desiccated?
yes,
Yes.
It's been there a while. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, does desiccated mean like rotting?
Dried out.
Oh, okay, got it. I learned a new word today. Look at me.
He doesn't have anything on him, and you can move on.
Okay. We'll move on.
So here, put you here. Here we go. The next day during the night, or towards twilight, you find 4 apes enjoying some fruit. They seemed a little threatened by your presence.
We'll try to move away without disturbing them.
We won't give them the presents then.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. They leave you alone. You leave them alone. 2, 3. So let's keep on going. Where am I at? I am. We'll say, yep. All right, so sure. So what's your new group order?
Um.
I'll go first.
Yes. So there's just the four of us now, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to go 2 by 2? Zerhana and Icarus in front, and Ulfgar and Xanthros in back.
Sure.
I can get behind that.
Literally.
But I'm bump. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Paul, what's your passive perception?
Like nothing. Passive
The
perception is 10.
only Xanthros has a good passive perception.
Okay. You got a giant snake coming out attacking you guys. So
Where's it coming from?
it's whoop, 1 second. Basically, it's just coming out of the jungle. It was hiding, and it's right now going to attack Paul. But let's it'll get
So,
surprise, except
okay.
for what's yours, Icarus?
My passive perception is like 10 or 11.
Okay, it's going to surprise you all then, unless someone has a 12 or higher.
Yeah,
I have 16.
Xanthros has 12 or higher.
Oh, what in Xanthos will be in it? But let's do initiative, and we'll go from there. Up, I'm in the wrong darn channel.
Okay, so it's I join.
I got to start it. Yeah, but 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Now you can. Yes. And let's
Woohoo.
see.
I got an excessively average roll.
Okay, that happens.
Oh, whoops.
I'm not complaining. I mean, it's better than a bad roll. I say as everyone else in the party proceeds to make bad rolls.
I'm sorry. Sorry. What's
But
the
I'm
bot
really
command
good at
again?
It's
that.
I.
I'm an
It's
idiot.
I join. If you scroll up, Greg, you can see
Mhm.
Avery says everyone roll for initiative, and it tells you how to roll for initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. That's right. There we go. Not bad.
Ah.
Yay.
All right. Let me brew. Copy. Double quotes.
A monster's name is what? The command for that.
Avi's going to complain to
Oh,
me.
MADD. So it's a mad adder, an adder or something. I don't know. All
I think
right.
MADD is for monsters. Is monster ad is I think what it stands for.
Yes.
Oh,
That's for the it's for me.
Oh, so it's G. Okay, so it's GI1 is the monster name.
Yes.
Okay.
So all right, Mr. Cleric, with the new spell list, looks like you're the only one who's not surprised. A bunch of you are hurt, so why don't everybody do
Oh, are we?
a exclamation point G space LR for long rest.
G space LR.
I already did one at the
Yeah. All right, so that means I'm seeing. That's interesting. I don't know why I'm still. Oh, I guess in the pin, this hasn't updated the pin yet, but everyone else is. So we got Vicky, we got Icarus. Paul's already up. Zan, if you could do it, that would be good. Just to be
How do I
sure.
do the
Oh, okay.
command for rage?
I
It's,
also did a long
you
rest
can't
before
do
we
it yet.
started
It's
the
not your
session.
turn, Vic. That's a action if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, I also started. I ran my thing at the end of the. Sorry, I did a long rest at the beginning of the session.
Just
So
do
I'm
it
good.
again, just to be sure, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Cool. Just want to make sure.
Okay.
All right, Zan, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're casting the spiritual weapon and going to town. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
That's
Okay.
okay.
It's
So
fine.
that's a bonus action. So just type 1, and you should be fine.
No, okay. Bracket, up at brackets there too?
I can't see what you're typing. Just type 1. All
There we go. Okay.
right, cool.
Oh, sick.
Very nice.
Well, we'll take that.
All right, so that
So-
was right. So you cast it as a bonus action, right? So blah blah
And then
blah.
I tap, and I, yeah. It did.
Oh, that's interesting. So you done from that point?
I am done.
Okay.
What was your normal action?
Oh,
The spiritual weapon's a bonus action. You get a regular action as well.
okay. Then he's not attacking me, so I'm gonna take a step back from where the snake is,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna wait.
You get an action as well. You can cast another spell, for example.
Well, right. The things I went first, so I don't really have anything. Well, actually, what I can do is I can just.
I don't
ready
know
my
what your.
action for-
He
I don't
only
know what spells.
he can only do
I don't know
one
what
spell
spells-
per round, so he'd have to be a cantrip.
Even if one of them is a bonus action.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, well, I think what we were doing before is he cast the spiritual weapon as an action on the first turn, and it's a bonus action for him
Yeah.
to move.
Oh yeah,
the weapon.
yes. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's attacking with it is the bonus action. Casting it is the regular action.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I haven't fully read it, but that works. I'm kind of looking at it now. Okay. And its duration is
Yeah, actually,
1
if
minute,
you look at
no
if
concentration.
you look, oh, hang on. The spells on Greg's character sheet
Yep.
lists spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Right. You create this floating spirit weapon within range that lasts for duration or until you cast the spell again. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet. On a hit, you do this. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against the creature within 5 feet of it.
So casting it is a bonus action?
Casting it is a bonus action, and it doesn't. It says when you cast the spell, you may make a melee spell attack against the creature within 5 feet. I think that's the normal action to do it. I think the bonus action is casting it, and attacking is the thing.
I thought we had decided that attacking was part of casting it. My internet
it
is
doesn't say on here. Yeah.
One
my
second.
internet is kind of slow, so it's hard for me to look up stuff
I'm
like
doing
that.
it now. Hold up. Attacking. Real quick. It says a spiritual weapon. Use your bonus attack for movement and attacking. It does not have its own actions, bonus actions, or reactions. So sure, you can do something else.
Okay. Then what I'll do then I will ready. I will ready my action, prepare a cure wound spell in case, just in case the snake attacks somebody. Because I'm going first, so I can't. There's not really much I can do. I can't really heal anybody right now.
You don't, although you just for reference, you typically will have some various buff spells prepared, like well, hold person is not useful here, but like bless, and well, I'm looking at your spell
Okay.
list.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's cool,
basically,
then.
basically you have bless, and you could ready an action for cure wounds. I think is fine also.
Okay. I could bless the party if that would help. So-
I
Sure.
don't
I
think
mean,
you
I
can
don't
cast two
personally.
spells around. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm going to double check, but my understanding is you can cast a spell and you can cast a cantrip. You can't cast two first level higher
Well,
spells in a round.
well,
Okay.
you can
I
only.
legit
I mean,
have
the
no idea.
cantrips are one action, so in most cases you can't cast two spells anyway. But you could also cast guidance on somebody, which will give them a bonus to their attack roll, I believe.
No, that only ability check.
Only ability checks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to attack rolls.
I'm
So
not
I'm
as
just
up on
trying to
this
see the maximum
edition.
number of spells a character can cast around is 3. You can only take one reaction per round. That okay. You can't cast another spell during the same turn except for a cantrip or casting action of 1. This means you can cast a bonus action spell and a regular action cantrip on your turn, and a
Okay.
reaction spell at some point later in a round that is not your turn.
Okay.
Can you ready?
Okay.
Can you ready a regular like first level spell as well as taking the bonus action? If you
I don't
when you
think
ready, does that turn your spell into a reaction?
I don't know what a reaction spell is.
what you do is you can
So
trigger it, right? Is what he's trying to
so
say.
Greg, for example, I have a shield spell, which is a reaction.
Mhm.
When I'm hit, I can cast shield. It'll go off before the hit, and the effective shield is to give me +5 AC until my next turn. So I'm casting it on somebody else's turn as a reaction to what they are doing.
Okay. So I can ready. So I should be able to ready cure wounds to use as a reaction in case the snake.
Checking to see if that's
I don't think you can ready a spell like that if you already cast a spell. You can ready a cantrip, but you can't ready a regular spell.
I mean, if you have nothing better to do, you can always cast guidance because
He can just hit it with his mace.
sure, that's also true.
Okay, let's do that.
Or whatever the
Might as
weapon
well.
of his choice is. Actually, might I even make him the first character? Whoop fudge. Oh, interesting. Hold up. Let me do this. Oh, what happened? Did it drop everybody? Did it end it? What happened?
I'm in the bot command channel. My attack is the last thing that
Oh,
happens.
I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong
Channel.
channel. Awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. Much better. I should have done I next, but that's fine. Hold on. All right, so you have your spiritual weapon. You hit it. You can just bop it on the head if you want.
Boom. Pop. There you go.
It has been so bopped. So that takes me down to Mr. Snake. So let me just kind of run through some people here.
Oh, so readying, just for reference, by the way, readying is when you ready a spell, you cast it as normal, but you hold it off. You hold off the effect until the reaction goes off, and that also requires concentration.
But that's also why you can't ready the second spell after you've cast one. So yes.
Right.
But if you're holding it like that, it also means you couldn't like take a reaction like shield.
Right. And also, if you're already concentrating on a spell, you cannot ready another spell because they would both require concentration.
Understood.
Let's see.
The rest of
Okay.
us are all surprised.
Yeah. So I. Right. It should be I attack. It's funny now. I've been playing as a character for the last week or two. I'm trying to remember the DM commands. I keep switching back and forth. That should throw it. Boom. And it looks like it is constricted off guard, and he took some bludgeoning damage, and he is considered grappled at this point. So you are restrained. Which basically means your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Attack
rolls against the restrained creature have
right.
advantage.
Yes. And Paul's attacks against the creature would have disadvantage. And yeah, there you go. So and Vicky was surprised. All right, so top of the order. Xanthros, you're up. We're going to go through regular stuff now.
All right, here we go again.
So what I would do is, before you hit the enter command, if you put if you type the spell like you're going to normally cast it, and after it put a -I, then it will not count a spell slot against you.
Okay. Well, let's attack with the spiritual weapon first, then.
Yes, I'm just telling you to put the -I after it, and it won't use up the spell slot.
So it won't think it's casting spiritual weapon again, basically.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
It's like an override thing.
Okay. All right. Okay, then we're gonna go.
You go with the mace again.
Well, wait. Now you can cast a spell instead of attacking with a mace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frank, you're not that good at attacking with a mace.
That's just true. All right. Let's. Okay. How about? Let's see what I can do.
He has a lot of detect.
Regular Sherlock Holmes up in here.
He's gonna find it.
Okay. How about I bless the party? Is that something we can work? That will work.
Is that how bless works now?
You will bless up to 3 creatures within 30 feet. Whenever target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, duration is 1 minute. Target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Let's cast. So I'm going to cast Bless. I'm going to target. I assume I'm just going to enter everybody's name. So.
Yes. So I would do like right -T first person -T next person -T next person.
Okay.
And you don't have to spell out their full name. You as long as you put in a good enough, like the first 3 characters or something is good enough.
As long as it's unique.
Yes.
All right, and then I'm putting -I at the end.
No,
the
-I
is for spiritual weapon, so that you're not using a spell slot for it.
Got it.
After the first time you cast spiritual weapon, you don't use the I. Going forward, use the I.
Got it. Okay.
But there's no I for this one because you want to use a spell slot.
There okay.
That works. And Greg, if you want to, like every night you can change your spells around pretty liberally. So when
Okay.
you have some more time, if you want to do watch some YouTube videos or what have you to see
Yeah.
if you
You
want to swap
want
some
to
of them
take,
around, you probably do.
you want to take
Okay.
a more proactive set of spells and a less reactive set of spells.
Icarus,
Understood.
you're up.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to curse it, which is a bonus action. I'm going to walk up to it and hit it.
So using Hex. So Hex is going to. Oh, that's
Oh
Hexblade.
no! Hex is a spell, not using the spell.
You have Hexblade Curse. I see it. Yep.
Right.
Got it.
So let's see if I get this right. So I put I in front because that's my initiative. Is that right?
No. What are you doing?
So I just attack. Okay.
Oh yes. Exclamation point. I space.
It is I attack. Okay.
Are you attacking or are you casting a spell?
I'm not casting a spell. I'm just attacking with my
Yeah.
warpath.
Then A space
Right.
and then the weapon.
And it's GI1.
Yes. Dash T GI1. T for
Yep.
target.
Let's see if this works.
It does, and it's bloodied.
Oh wow! It even got the bless in.
There you go. Fancy.
Boom.
Nice.
All right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Off guard.
So when do I make my escape check? Do I make that at the end?
That's a good question.
I believe it's
So
an action to escape.
it's an action to escape. Yep.
It's an
Um,
action to
So
escape.
I'm not completely up on grapple in 5th edition, but in previous editions, you made an acrobatics or athletics check to escape.
I'm going to that now. So a grappled creature becomes 0, blah, 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 blah. So that's interesting. It doesn't actually tell you that's part of the grapple. But yeah, either strength or whatever the one on dexterity is, right?
Checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, acrobat. All right.
So just roll it, and I can remove the condition if you succeed.
So it'd be I save.
It's not
Or
a
just
save;
save.
it's a skill check.
It's a skill check, so I would do I
Basically,
believe
if you're
it's exclamation point C for check, and then a space, and then whatever you're trying to check.
acrobatics, if your dex is higher, or athletics, if your strength is higher.
Right.
That ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, but it did it. It didn't add the bless. So there's
So
really 1d4 gets added.
Does bless add to skill checks also?
it adds
Yeah.
to saving
Oh,
throws or attack rolls.
Attack roll.
yeah, but
Not skill check.
isn't this a saving throw?
No,
Oh, I
this
guess
is a
not.
skill check.
It's
It's
a
not a
skill
saving
check.
throw.
All right. Well, never mind. So that's my action.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So I attack. Um. That should do it. All right. He bit you. Vic, you can rage if you want.
Well, how do I do that? Just rage?
It's just exclamation point rage. Should do it. There you go. And now what do you want to do to Mr. Sneaky Poo?
I'll attack him.
Okie dokie. Do you remember how to do it?
Yeah.
And she does. Go ahead, cleric.
All right. Here we go again. And then put dash I at the end, right?
For the spiritual weapon, yes, please. Okay.
All right, and he's reeling. It looks like. Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll just go. Do a couple of things here. I can either mason to try to finish him off, or we can cure.
You
We
could just
can
you
cure
could just
wounds.
heal off guard if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay.
There's a good chance that that we'll finish him off before he goes again.
All right. There you go.
Okie dokie. Icarus.
Me again. Same as before.
It be dead. Oh, it's not end, is it?
It's
Oh,
not
it is
what?
end. Okay.
Yep.
It be dead. All right. If you want to if you guys want a long rest, everyone long rest so you get your spell slots back and any
I
hit
just need
points
a
back.
short rest.
You
But
can, but you're not going to find anything
they need
else
long
up.
rest.
You're not going to find anything else. So you're
Okay.
good. You can just long rest and get your stuff back. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was a good refresher on how to use the darn thing.
Yeah.
One, 2. On those 2 days from your snake attack, wow, you see a group of 17 hydrosaurs. I assume you're gonna leave them alone.
Correct.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, man.
Good lord. We're not.
As long as you leave them
We'll
alone, those plant eaters,
Yeah,
you
we'll
should be
steer well enough
fine.
away. Yeah, we'll steer well enough away.
Fair enough. Okay. The next day, as you're tromping through the jungle, you you hear some moaning coming nearby, like from an undead creature. And coming towards you is a specter.
Oh dear. Is this the sort of thing we? I guess we guys probably have to fight this.
Yeah, he doesn't like living people.
Can I make a persuasion check to make him like us?
I don't think ghosts really go in for that.
Good luck.
Let's see, did it bug me for something? Yes, it did. Oof.
What are you goofing about?
Ah, Vicky spun it too.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
three
for initiative?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I've been running pretty good with my initiative rolls lately.
Man, Vic, I wish I had my wizard to accompany you if I ever played with this character.
Does your wizard improve initiatives?
He does.
Sweet. How does he do that?
In one of the, I think it's the Wild Mount book, they
Uh-huh.
basically came out with two different types of wizards. One is like a gravity wizard, and one is a kind of one that warps time, a chrono wizard.
Oh, okay.
And the chrono wizard has the spell Gift of Alacrity, and you can cast it on someone, and then for the next 8 hours, they get a D8 added to their initiative roll.
Oh, that does sound pretty sweet.
All right. Well, we got everybody. Ulfgar's up the bat. Zan's on deck. Icarus is in the hole.
All right. Well, let's see if I remember how to do this. Oh, somebody has to start combat with a
Oh,
knick-knack.
I'm sorry. My bad. Yep. I always forget to do that. And I can't type either. All right. Now you're up to bat.
All right. That's strange. It only took one. Oh, was I supposed to? Oh, that's okay. All right. I have to do.
I think we had this we had this happen last time with Magic Missile.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
So what you can do is, so I'll reduce it. So the next time, Paul, do a dash RR3 at the end.
Right.
But I'll hit him with another. If you want to spin it, why don't you spin the other 2 damage and I'll add it manually.
All right. How do I do that? Roll?
Yeah, roll is fine. So if you want to do roll 2d4 plus 2, is it?
Yes. Okay, we'll take it.
Okay. So we'll say HP. I believe it's a net. So if I do that, there are no choices to select from. Let's try again. Oh, duh. Let me do his thing here. It's a SP1.
While you're thinking about it, you might ask yourself, how do I cast Magic Missile as a second level spell?
I can tell you that as well. The answer is It's I believe it's dash L. So do a dash
Dash
L
L.
space and then the level slot.
It makes
Okay.
sense.
But then I'd have to say dash RR4
Yes.
instead. All right. I'll
Hold
try
on.
to remember that.
Let me do this. Let me go up and I'll pin it here.
It's a good idea.
It's not a bad resource. It doesn't have all the switches like the other one does, but it has some good examples. All right.
All right. You guys kill it. I've done my part.
He did his part.
Mhm.
Zan? All right, Mr. Cleric. Can you turn undead?
That's not necessarily what he wants to do.
He might not want to do that. That is correct.
Because actually, turning undead, I think we found makes it hard for us to kill them. Because if we attack them, they're no longer turned.
That's true.
Also, spiritual weapon should be very effective against it because it's force damage.
Whatever he wants to do. I just work here. It's SP1. Okay. What are you going to do for your regular action? Greg, if you're talking, we no longer hear you. And he dropped.
Presumably, he's trying to fix whatever's happening. Am I up next, by the way?
Let me take a look. The answer is yes, you are.
Okay. While Greg is thinking about what he wants to do, can I make a religion check to see
Oh,
what?
sorry,
Go
I'm here.
ahead.
My sound died on me. Here, So I still have another action, right? But I can't
Yes.
cast another spell.
Correct.
All right.
Well, you could cast a cantrip, but that's about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, just bop it on the head.
Yeah, let's just do that.
All right.
Bop.
Can it be injured by a non-magical weapon?
Evidently, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Avray seems to think so.
It's resistant. It divided it by 2. It does half damage.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I got a crit on it, and the crit was only for 4.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time, which is curse it and attack it with my pick, which does count as a magical weapon. Let's see if I've read that.
It
Yes,
did.
it does.
There we go.
Whoa, impressive. Hey, it's Deb.
Can I make a religion check to find out what we know about, like, the vulnerabilities or resistances of specters?
I guess is there something in particular you're looking for?
Just like if for example, if non-force spells will damage it normally, or if it's any weird attacks we have to be that could hurt us in ways other than like hit point damage.
Oh, well, that could be. I'll
I
just
did,
say you make a spin. I'll be relatively vague.
yeah, I do get my own spectre in 2 levels, by the way.
Oh, do you really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have religion check. Okay, so not so great. Um, I'll say that just being really vague. So, yes, it does some weird non-hit point type possible damage, and whether it's what was the other question?
Or whether non-force spells damage it normally.
Non-force spells damage it normally. I would say that it is It
So
is
it-
resistant to a number of things. We'll just put it that way.
Okay, so like,
There we
so okay, okay, thanks.
Okay.
Don't forget to end combat, Paul.
Yes, I do. All right. Let's boogie a couple more days. For all the talk I've had of undead, I think that's the first time in like 7 weeks you actually found an undead creature.
Yes.
We found some really early on that I turned there, but that was a while ago.
Oh, was it? Is it so long ago? I couldn't remember.
Right.
You're
We might have
probably
fought some
right.
skeletons or something.
I think our
Yeah, it was
very
something
first in combat was zombie. Like
That's right.
we
It was
walked out
like
of town
plant
and ran
zombies.
into zombies.
That's right. It was
Yeah,
like right after you walked out of town. I do remember that now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, this page you gave us, by the way, Paul, is really useful.
Oh, good.
I definitely recommend it to the rest of the party because it tells you like how to do things like attack twice, attack with advantage,
Yeah, I
and so
found the
forth.
one that came with Avery. It was really kind of vague. And then I found out that from playing other characters that sometimes they don't tell you all the switches because they assume that you've read above it and just would know to like apply it.
Yeah,
So like some of the switches that you use in attack is also used in spell casting, but they don't tell you that under the cast.
right.
They assume that, oh well, of course I use this one. So yeah. Um okay. So as you are walking through the jungle, right? Um you find or Zan, because he's the guy who has passive perception type stuff, and you guys can all take the long rest to get any spells back that you casted.
Oh yes. I didn't use anything, but I want to make sure it resets my curse.
Yep. Uh, okay. You Zan spots a large statue that's overgrown with vines. Um, as you're kind of walking by it, it was kind of hidden, but he's very perceptive chap. So you see a statue in the vines, Xanthros. You would estimate it's about 10 foot tall.
If he points it
Okay,
out to us, we can go check it out,
What
search
kind-
it.
Yeah, can you describe the statue, please?
You'd have to get a little closer to see exactly what it is, but it's a 10 foot tall statue. It's covered with vines, so you have to kind of clear it.
Can
Okay.
before we
And
get
yeah,
closer, before we
I
get closer,
pointed out.
can
I pointed
before
out
we
to the
get
party.
closer,
Yep.
can I'll ask Xanthros if he can do detect magic.
I can, in fact. I do have detect magic ready. Hello?
Yes, you're casting that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I thought my phone crapped out on me.
No, all
Okay.
good.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna cast detect magic. So let's do that now. Cast.
For reference, since we're not under any time pressure, you can do it the way Cedar used to do as a ritual, so it doesn't take up a slot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you look, let me look at your character real quick. So so if you notice on your character, right, on your
Mhm.
character sheet, there are certain spells that have little, we'll say, whatchamacallit, diamonds or whatever next to it, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
a
yeah.
C in it,
Mhm.
and other ones look like a book with an R in it.
Yeah.
So if it's a book with an R, that means you can cast it as ritual, which
Mhm.
means, like what he just said, it will take an extra 10 minutes to cast,
Mhm. But it
but
won't take a
it
spell
won't
slot.
cost a spell slot. So what
Okay.
that means in
What?
English
Okay.
is you really can't cast it in combat, right?
Right.
Not as a ritual, anyway.
Not as a ritual, correct. Not as a ritual, right? If it has the C and the diamond next to it, that means it's a concentration spell, and you can only have one of those going at any one time.
Got it. Okay.
So like bless is a concentration spell. If you have bless up, you can't do protection from good and evil because you can only concentrate on one at a time. So if you do protection from good and evil, the bless spell is over.
Understood. Okay.
Okay. So okay, good. So um yes, you are detecting magic from the base of the statue.
Okay. I don't know. Does detect magic give it any more information? Are there any, like, checks to make to see
I
what we
have to
might
read it.
know?
It's been so long I've had to worry about it. I
Yeah.
think it just shows you the detection of magic. You
I'm
sense
I'm I'm gonna
perception of
check it.
magic within 30 feet. Sense magic in this way. Faint. You see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that bears magic. Uh, and you
Oh, and
learn the
you're in the
school of
school.
magic, if any. So I don't see a school of magic anywhere. So no school for you.
Okay, that's probably not a bad sign then. If it was like abjuration or evocation, I think we'd be in trouble. Shall we go closer and check it out and let's like search around it carefully?
Okay.
If as long as Zen has detect magic up, he might be able to. If there's a magical object at the base of the statue, he could probably use that to find it.
So sorry about that. My wife just came back from her thing and wanted to chat with me for a minute.
No
Oh, say
worries.
hello to her.
Hi, Greg's wife.
Will do.
Hi, Liz.
Oh, Liz left already. We have a number of judges with us right now.
Oh, that sounds fun.
A number of
Yeah,
judges.
Magic
magic
judges.
judges.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it turns out
I should have known that.
my wife's in a director position in her company, so she
Oh,
gets to choose. She gets to choose the people she wants to work with, and so a lot of them end up being friends she's made it while working in the magic community.
That's awesome.
It is. We get to steal people and make them move to California and then give them money, and they then had to hang out with us. It's pretty
That
neat.
also seems awesome.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I don't mean to distract from the
no,
meeting.
no
So,
worries. So
okay. So statue.
you're clearing off the statue. The
Yeah.
statue looks like we'll say a Cholton king. So he looks
Mm-hmm.
like a statue of a king, and by his feet you see a horn, which is what is um, glowing with magic.
Okay. Let's take the horn. Can I make like a history check or something to see if I know anything about this person,
Uh,
the king? I'll
sh-
ask Xanthos to give me guidance.
sure, go for it.
You are guided.
You are guided. Um, yeah, I mean, not much is known about the kings of old, so I can't give you a name or anything like that. But it is kind of stylized. So in a sense that it's obviously a king, but he kind of looks like the depictions of Yubatu, right?
Okay.
So it's not him, right? But they kind of made it. Kings like to look like the gods.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
How old? Can we get a feel for how old this statue is?
Uh it's really tough to tell, but we'll say at
Is it
least hundreds of years, couple hundred years.
okay? So it's
Yeah,
weathered and
it's weathered and it's in the jungle, right? So it's pretty beat up.
okay.
Moss growing on it and stuff like that. Yep.
Kind of strange that this magical horn would just be sitting there for hundreds of years.
Well, it's possible somebody like dropped the horn or something, or maybe it was left there when the statue was built and nobody noticed it. I don't know.
I'm just saying, be careful with the horn.
Well, I believe the way magic items work in 5e is that we will end up automatically identifying it, so we'll know what it is.
Oh, I'm not worried about identifying. I'm worried about it being cursed or it having a guardian or something like that.
Okay. I mean, I think if it was cursed, we would have figured that out from the magic, detect magic. But it's a good idea to be a little wary.
Okay. All right. You got a horn. So you can take a rest with it to help identify it and so forth, and it is a horn of blasting.
Okay.
So basically, long
What's
story
that?
short, it will
I'm
I mean,
gonna look it up on
yeah, you
Beyond
can
if
go
that's
look it
okay.
up if you want. Go for it. But for those who are not, basically, you can shoot out a cone and Constitution save on a failed save. Creature takes 5d6 thunder damage and is deafened for 1 minute.
Oh wow, this thing's powerful.
And half of much if you save. And basically the horn has a 20% chance of exploding.
Oh, sweet. That's awful.
Which if it does that, then
Oh.
it's a lot of damage.
Oh, but I'm like, wow, this thing is awesome. And I get to the last part, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna kill us.
Well, only if it explodes.
10
I mean, 20% is pretty high.
Yeah.
Like that means on average, if you use it 5 times, one of those will be blowing up.
So who wants this?
I'm waiting to bring up the description, which unfortunately my connection is really slow. What does it have a range?
The range is
Is it a cone?
30-foot cone.
It's a cone, yeah.
30-foot cone, so it's from you.
Yep.
It might be something. It might be worth giving to maybe Zerhana because she doesn't really have any ranged attacks, and she's probably in the best position to
To
survive an
survive if it blows
explosion.
up. That's an
Yeah.
interesting way of looking at it. You're not
Well,
wrong.
if she's like immobilized or something, and she can't attack anyone, then this provides another option.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it requires a wizard or something to use it. So
I can blow a horn, no problem.
there you go.
Well, just be careful the horn doesn't blow you. Wait, that's not awful. Never mind. I apologize. It seemed,
But up
it seemed clever in my head. Then when I said it, I'm like, oh god. I'm sorry.
All right. Vic, you can add a horde of blasting to your inventory later, or now, or whatever.
Okay.
I don't think it requires attunement. It doesn't look like it, but if it does, we can attune it easy enough.
Yeah.
And you'll have to add that to you have to update your character once you've done that, so that way it appears as a possible thing. Up, wrong set of dice. Nothing, and we'll say 2 days later. Well, where am I? Here I am. You find the city of Omu.
Woo.
Good for you guys. Getting tired of doing random encounters. Could put away 2 tons of dice here.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Here we go. So, I'll give you a map in a second, but the jungle parts to reveal a dead city enclosed by sheer cliffs. Ruined buildings and stone boulevards rise like ghosts from the floor of the misty basin. Colorful birds glide overhead. A waterfall pours into the basin, creating a swollen river that floods much of the city before draining into a deep rift filled with molten lava. A ruined palace lies a few hundred feet from the edge of the steaming abyss. So let me
Does it
go find
look?
this. Give me 1
Does
second.
it look? Sure.
Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
Does it look like this lava was the cause of the destruction of the city?
Can't really tell. So let's see. Make sure I've got Omu. Yes, let's see if it lets me load it. I never always kind of cross my fingers here. So we'll do this one and that one. Oh, it's not complaining. Don't get excited. There you go. Yep. And let me load it here.
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on here. Not truer words have never been spoken. Never been more spoken. Where am I looking here?
Where are we on this map?
So let me. Well, you came in from roughly the north, right? So we're going to say
Yeah.
that you are. Once I pull it up. Boop.
Actually, compass is one. Yep. Okay. So we'd be somewhere toward the top, looking down.
Somewhere toward the top. You got it.
Yeah, looking down. I assume we're looking at it's some ways down from down the cliff to the city.
Yep. So we'll say you're
Okay.
somewhere towards the top. I'll let you kind of look through that map a little bit, right?
Okay. So what looks like the most practical entrance is in the southwest corner there.
I thought you would go down the waterfall.
I was gonna say that's the other option.
What was the other option?
The waterfall.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so there's either the waterfall or the stairs in the southwest corner of the map. Look like our best options. I assume we're headed toward that circular thing on the east side of the map eventually. That looks important.
Well, we don't know where exactly to go or where the soulmonger is.
Right.
But we know that
I would start there.
Sure. I mean, we might want to start in the palace. I'm not sure if that's the palace.
Yeah.
How long are the cliffs again? How deep is the cliff?
I would say the cliffs go 100 to 150 foot high, and they're composed of crumbling rock. You also notice that about every 100 feet or so, there is a gargoyle that is perched on the brink of the precipice.
We were told about that. What exactly were we told about that?
I'm sorry.
So Seth's comment on the map was, "Here be gargoyles."
Ah,
So somebody definitely told us something about these gargoyles, but I don't remember what it was.
maybe it was one of the rumors. I don't know.
I'll check, but I don't think so. No. Maybe it was something from the Naga. In any case, so we see the palace, right? Because you said it was near the lava.
The let's see. I am just reading. Yes, as a ruined palace lies a few hundred feet from the edge of the abyss.
Maybe we should
So
start there. I mean, like a palace is a major building. It seems like it's a reasonable place to think that what we're looking for might be there.
That would be my assumption as well.
yeah, that would be that circular area, right?
The one on
Yeah,
the one in the upper right, or the one in, or is the one in the lower right also?
I would say the palace they are referring to. Well, I think so. Hold on one second.
Because
Did I
there's
get my
something in the
numbers
lower
mixed
right
up?
that's
Oh,
sort
there
of
we go.
near the lava.
The royal the palace looks to be that circular area to the east, about in the middle of the map.
So the one that's sort of near the water.
Yes, it looks like it has its own like little circular ring around it.
Okay, so what's the smaller circle that's near the lava?
I guess get closer, you'll find out. But I guess it's
Oh,
some
good
sort of
stuff.
building that's on that you know, on that outcropping, or whatever you want to call it.
And we're on the south edge,
You're more on the north edge. You came from the
the north
north,
edge.
so you'll have to kind of walk around it, which isn't
Oh,
that
and
hard. But
we're gonna have to get down the cliffs too, because the
yes,
cliffs are everywhere, right?
Yeah, there's a
yes.
stairway in the southwest corner.
Oh, do we want to walk to the stairs? I mean, personally, I would be kind of scared, like climbing down a 150-foot cliff. And
yeah,
when I
that's
say
why going
scared, I
around.
mean like terrified.
That's why going around seems like the safest option because there is an entryway down there. That's
Well,
what I would do.
if nobody objects, then that's what we'll do.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all see the little ladder there in the south, or the steps to the southwest corner, right?
Yep.
Is it just us, or is anybody else there?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah. Everyone's still here.
cool then. All right, then let's do that then.
Okay. All right. So everyone, you walk around to the steps. Whoop. Get my maps ready here. Oh, that's right. There you go. Oh, that's a rather crappy thing, but all right, no worries. All right, so you make your way around it, right? And you head down the steps. So you go down the steps. You see a guardhouse stands near the entrance to the city. Arrow slits are cut into its limestone walls, and a lopsided iron portcullis hangs over the archway. beyond which you see an open plaza. Yeah.
Is it possible to go into the building since the portcullis appears to be broken?
You can go into the guardhouse if you want. Absolutely.
Sure, let's check it out.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah, we want to start
should
there.
we,
Yeah.
should we do like a detect magic or anything? Or are we safe? from
Hold
this
on one
point, you
second.
think?
Since we know there are Yuan-Ti in the city, I'd personally be a little cautious
Hold on one
about.
second, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Vicky was having some computer problems again, so she's like sitting on the steps behind me so she can hear while she reboots her computer.
Okay.
So,
Um,
so Vic, when did you cut out? Oh, she's walking down the stairs. All right, so it was just a second ago. Cool. So you're going into the guardhouse.
well, so I was before we do that, I was
Sorry.
saying to Greg, I'm a little wary about casting rituals here without knowing whether anyone's nearby, just because it's so easy to be overheard and or interrupted. On the other hand, we might be safe also, so I don't know.
Well, I could also just quickly
I would
cast.
not think that it would be necessary to cast detect magic.
In a guardhouse.
Yeah, although we could also try it as a ritual. And worst comes to worst, we probably just abort it and then fight or something like that.
Alternatively, I can just cast it and burn a spell slot.
I think it's if you're gonna cast, I think you may as well try casting it as a.
All right. Well, if I'm going to ritual cast it, then I need everybody to. I need everybody to protect me. Then
Yeah, of course.
just keep a watchful eye
We
or eyes,
will.
if that makes sense. So yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and ritual cast detect magic then. Assume my companions encircle me or around me, keeping watch.
Right.
Sadly, the one with the best perception is the one who's preoccupied casting the spell, which is a bit of a
That's right.
conundrum, but I think we'll be okay here. So I'm going to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. So you detect magic. You are not detecting any magic.
Cool. Okay.
I don't think so. 1 second. Nope. You're good. I'm sorry. My bad.
All right. Then should we proceed in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's going in first?
Well,
Just in
have
case-
our usual marching order.
Okay, yeah, just in case there's a trap or something attacks us. So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you go into the guardhouse. So much of the interior has collapsed into rubble. Creepers cling to the walls, and high grasses sprout between the flagstones amid evidence of long dead campfires. One wall is covered with graffiti, some words painted, others etched. So
Can you tell what language it is?
it is in common. I
Can you make
will
out
I
anything
will
significant?
copy and paste all the things that are on the wall here
Okay.
to put in there for you.
Great.
But I will. So you've got burp. You got fear the fangs of
Ras Nisi. Yeah,
Yeah,
we know who
yeah.
that is. That's the guy who made Mesra disappear, and who's like the leader of the undead army.
Yep. And Eric, I've gone in search of the 9 shrines. V. And then it
My
says
guess is
Go
We
ahead.
have the name. We have the name of at least one of the Red Wizards, right? From Delindra.
You do. The name doesn't match any of them here.
Okay. Okay.
So it's also possible, if I'm looking at these clues, that Kubazan, Shangambi are a couple of the shrines. So maybe the shrines stand for something.
The shrines.
Well, we
What
don't know if the
shrines?
shrines are. Well, if you look where it see where it says, Eric, I've gone in search of the 9 shrines.
Yeah, those shrines. Yes, good point.
Yeah, so like the ones. So you look at the last clue, those could be some of the shrines that stand for something.
Yeah.
We don't know. We also don't know if the shrines are even in the city or not. All we know is that this person is searching for them. But my guess is whoever, a couple of them were found.
Yep. Can we make a religion or history check on the King of Feathers?
Sure.
Do you want me to roll them separately?
Oh, separately for what? I'm sorry.
Sorry, religion and history.
Oh, yeah, you can roll them separately. That's fine.
Oh, we're in the wrong channel.
I don't know.
This was in the wrong. Sorry, this was in the wrong channel.
Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second. I'm in the wrong.
I'm hoping 21 is good. Oh, I'm ready history too. Okay. There. Okay, and 25. So I assume 21 and 25 are good.
Sure. Yeah, you are. 1 second. You don't know anything about the King of Feathers. That doesn't ring a bell to you.
Okay. Yeah, I get the sense I'm running hot with dice right now when it doesn't matter, and I'm going to run bad when it does.
Sorry.
I just know it's good. I've been really, really well today, but this is not normal. All right, so we take note of what we see on the graffiti. Do we see anything else of note, or is it just dilapidated, rundown debris, basically?
We'll search around. There might be something here to find.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, we take a look around. Do we find anything else of note?
No, you do not.
All right. So it's time to leave the guardhouse and proceed further into the city then?
Yep.
Okay. Go back to the map here. Okay, so we're making our way to the circular thing at the moment, right? That is our plan?
Yep.
There appears to be so I mean we've got these main roads that go up and down the city, and there appears to be a campfire off to the west of the westernmost main road.
Sorry, a campfire? Is that what you said?
I did a campfire.
I'm looking at, yeah. Where the westernmost main road? Yeah, I see that. The one, I assume the westernmost vertical road?
Yes,
Where on this road?
about the middle.
Sorry, you were cutting out, so it's hard for me to hear.
You said about toward the middle.
A campfire on the western road?
I don't see a campfire.
I see stairs a lot in some parts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you start from the south, there's the first stairway goes east and west. The second stairway goes east and west, and then over towards over from the second stairway, you go over to the west, and there's a campfire.
Oh, I do see it. Yes.
Oh, wow, good eye. Dang.
Do we want to check that out or avoid it?
Well, yeah, I think we should check it out in case it's our friend the wizard.
Our friends.
Let's keep our distance though. Let's try
friends
to
in
be
quotation marks there.
Yeah, let's try discreetly still get closer and see if we can't see what or who is tending the said campfire.
Okay. So let's see. Yep. Okay. So you're going kind of down that hill, and you're kind of going to that main north-south boulevard. Is that what I'm looking at?
I think
Yes.
so.
Okay.
We'll just glance at each of the buildings as we go by to make sure that they're not occupied.
Fair enough. So sure. I mean, as you're going by the buildings there, right? Um, they're all in they're all in various states of decay, ruins, what have you, right? But you're not seeing really any movement in them. Um, I would say as you're walking, right, to the west, right, you see this kind of like a walled compound there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you see that smoke drifts lazily from a walled compound. The gate lies in splinters, and a scorch marks deface the buildings. Near the center of the compound, you see a plaza littered with charred human corpses. One corpse is being torn apart by a pack of wild dogs.
Can we tell with Arcana maybe how recent these scorch marks are?
Within the last few days, they're fairly recent.
Okay, and then if we can chase the wild dogs off, I'd like to see if someone can do if our priest can do a medicine check on the how long the bodies have been dead.
So, sure. Um, if you're keeping your distance from the dogs, they seem to keep an eye on you, but they leave you alone, right? So around the compound, I would say that you see roughly 30 corpses.
A lot.
Yeah, I would say that you would see about the remains of three wizards dressed in red.
Oh, the Red Wizards.
How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe another 20 or so mercenaries,
Okay.
and
It,
maybe about seven bearers that looks like they came from Port Nairuzu.
okay. Does it look like all of these bodies died the same way?
Um, yeah, pretty much. It looks like there was some sort of battle here, right?
Okay. So
Um,
these are like combat wounds, not like spell energy wounds.
yes, yes. Um, you also see at one part of the compound, you see that a glaive has been thrust into the remains of a burned out pyre. Charred snake skulls and blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to the spear. On the
Sorry,
wall
charred
nearby,
snake skulls.
yeah, and
Okay.
blackened inhuman vertebrae are lashed to a spear. On the wall nearby, a symbol has been drawn in ash, a snake curled in a spiral, gripping a circle in its jaws.
So it looks like someone was trying to like cast a spell here of some sort. I would think, right? Or do like a ritual of some sort.
Can someone do a religion check on it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hot Command Channel. To religion, right?
Please.
Got it. And there you go. There's another 20 for you.
Ah, that works. Okay. You recognize the symbol of Dendar the Night Serpent devouring the world.
I relay this information to my party.
Yeah. He is the
Is that-
main
is that-
god of the
Of the one team.
the Wanti. You got it.
So it's possible this is an offering or a sacrifice of some sort. That's what it looks
Or
like.
it's just maybe they felt like they were that they because they won the battle that they were honoring their god afterwards, so that they were appreciative of his favor or something like that.
Yeah, so it looks like one of two things. It looks like either a sacrifice or some kind of ritual or spell that went wrong. It could be one of
I
the
don't
two.
think this was a sacrifice because first of all, it looks like they died in battle, and second of all, presumably the Wanti and the Red Wizards are on different sides. So my guess is that they confronted each other here and fought, and the Red Wizards
okay.
lost, and presumably any survivors fled this building, and the Wanti were like, attributing their victory to the favor of Dendar.
That makes sense.
We'll search around to see if there's anything else
No, I think
to be
that sounds
found.
like the best theory, though. I like your theory quite a bit, actually.
Thanks.
So there, yeah, I think there was definitely. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, there's a battle. There was a battle here of some sort, but whatever they were fighting over seems long gone as well. Maybe they weren't fighting for something. Maybe they, who knows?
It might have been that the Yuan-Ti just saw them as intruders and just, wanted to kill them, and then they left once they had killed some and chased the rest away.
Either way, we should definitely be careful. There are some.
Well,
some
yes, although we
dangerous
know that we knew
elements
already
about
that there were a lot of Yuan-Ti here.
Yeah, there's some dangerous elements for sure.
Okay. Let's see. So as you are studying going around the compound, you see a where a wall had collapsed, probably as part of the battle, and you were hearing some cries of help from underneath the wall.
Sorry, you said cries of help?
Yes.
Guess we should go investigate the cries of help, although I'm not really thrilled about helping Red Wizards.
We might want all the help we can get.
Alternatively,
What was that, Paul?
We might
They might
want
know
all
something.
the help we can get. There's only 30 dead bodies here.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I have to refill my drink. Give me like 1 minute to get some ice. You guys can discuss it for 2 seconds.
Other thoughts?
I'm thinking, if nothing else, they have information.
Oh yeah,
Because
yes, they could have information for us.
yeah,
Maybe
so
they can give us. Maybe they can illuminate the meaning of some of the graffiti.
it behooves us to check it out, if nothing else. Yeah, I'm with you.
So I also noticed that the palace is on the opposite side of this river.
Sorry, the what is on the opposite?
The palace is on
Yeah.
the opposite side of the river. There's a river that runs through town.
The
Kind of cuts
opposite side
down
from
in
us.
half.
Yeah, I see that. But there's some sort of bridge across the river, not a little bit north of the waterfall.
I think that's a fallen tree.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay, either way, it's a possible way to cross the river.
Yeah.
And I see also that the thing I was looking at is on top of the pillar, a sort of big column or pillar in the middle of the lava.
Right.
I mean, I don't see how we're going to get there, but I would be curious to investigate it if we figure out a way.
Okay. So, so where are we at? I'm sorry. You digging?
We're investigating cries for help.
Okay. Yep. Someone is definitely buried underneath the wall. So, yeah,
Underneath a what?
underneath a fallen wall that
Oh, okay,
you must have stepped away. I think you stepped away, but yeah, there was.
sure.
You see a wall that looks like it was damaged from the combat, and you hear these cries of help from underneath it.
Okay, let's go save this undeserving life.
It's so judgmental. I love it.
That's
All right, cool.
all in character.
I understand. I understand. It's all good. It's all good. So, sure. So, yes, you find a what is probably a member of this expedition that obviously kind of failed.
Hmm.
Um, you know, he
How is this
says
person dressed?
Is it a
he
mercenary or a red wizard or a bearer?
I would say that he's probably neither, right?
Okay,
He's an uh a balding human in his early 40s. Um and he says he is he's dying of thirst from being buried, and is exhausted, from a D&D point of view, right? Has a level of
right,
exhaustion.
right.
Um you know he says he has served as a scribe and translator for the Red Wizards Party, and then obviously they got here, and the Utai attacked and wiped out many of his party.
Well, that's great because we will happily give him some water and some food. And in return, I'm sure he'll be eager to tell us all about his expedition, including number of red wizards and their names, and what they've discovered here in the city. I can make a persuasion check if you like.
No, that's okay. So let's see. That's a lot of questions. Let's see.
Well, something to keep in mind is that this guy was a scribe, so he was probably taking records. I mean, he
Yes,
knew
he's
he
he's
knew
he's
exactly how
he's gonna
many
have a
people there
he's gonna
were,
know a
how
lot of
many mouths
information.
to feed.
Sure, sure, sure.
He's probably been either like as Paul says, either taking notes or translating like everything that they've discovered here.
Yeah, and he might
That,
not be
that's
willing to give us everything he knows, if that makes sense. So it might be a good idea to try to persuade him if we think he is not being as forthright as we would like.
Sure. So, he says that, you know, they were nearly wiped out as part of a night raid, and you're looking for numbers, right?
I'm looking for
Right.
the numbers
So I mean,
specifically of Red Wizards and
yeah,
their
we see
names.
3 dead red wizards and like 20 dead mercenaries. So how many wizards were there originally, and how many mercenaries were there originally?
Sure. So he would say that there is, um, to his knowledge, there's another 4 red wizards that came with them, and another 8 mercenaries as well,
Okay, and what
right?
are the names of the Red Wizards?
Sure, you're gonna get names, no problem.
I mean,
So
you don't have to look it up now.
no,
If you
I
want to look
got
it
it,
up
I got it,
later,
I got it, I got it. You're always after names, so I got to come up with a name at some point, right? So let me just do this. I'll just post it in chat. So there's a let's see, there is a um female. I don't know, we got a female human um name. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? An email. Oh, okay. Here's the names. Here we go. So boop 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 boop. Copy and wizard survivors. Whoop. Man, I cannot type to save my life tonight.
hopefully you'll never be in a position where you need to type to save your life.
No, hopefully not. But there's Dryrax, Famza, uh, Lamak, and
Begamira.
Zagnira.
Okay, and can he also give us the names of the dead wizards?
I don't know if I have the names of the dead wizards.
That's fine. Well, mostly, okay,
Manny, Mo, and
are
Jack.
okay.
Okay.
So none of the Red Wizards are named Eric.
No.
No one in the party is named Eric,
Not to his knowledge, no.
and anyone whose name begins with a V.
Evidently not. Nope.
Okay. And what have they? What have the Red Wizards discovered in Omo so far?
Sure. So, let's see. So he says, his studies have taught him the legend of the 9 trickster gods,
Hmm.
and
The nine trickster gods.
yes,
There's that
yes,
number
yes, yes.
again. 9.
Yep. Um. So so basically, and I'll read it all to you and I'll put it in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. So basically, here, we'll just do this. So long ago, the god Ubatu hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Umu no longer. The rain stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept through Omu. One morning, um, a wise Zorbu emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Obotu of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made of all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Amarjar to help her. And this other animal snuck in recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue. And Ubatu spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, the Obulanka, the Zorbu, and the Lajin. I'm just going to copy all this because this goes on a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm also inferring that bravery and wisdom are two of the 9 qualities. These 9 shrines and 9 qualities and 9 trickster gods are all related.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Whoop. Sorry.
Yes,
went off.
there's Shigambi.
So basically, he relates that, after Ubatu, um, left from, left Omu,
From Omu.
right? These 9 other trickster gods, we'll say, kind of moved in, right? And worked with Omu, and they worshipped these 9 trickster gods as the replacement for Obatu.
Oh, okay. So this is really making sense now. So each of these trickster gods has a shrine, which is what the graffiti earlier said. I'm looking for the 9 shrines. So
Right.
if you look up, right, so then each of these, I was right when I said earlier, each of those each of those 9 shrines is for one of the gods that is one of the virtues that was put in the pot.
Right.
It,
So we have so the graffiti referenced the frog monster, which sounds like the frog hemoth, which is a frog with tentacles. It looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. We have 9 names in this text, which are presumably the 9 trickster gods. We have Obalaka, Aijin, Shigambi, Nang Nang, Papazotl, Kubazan, Wongo, Moa, and Unk. And Unk is a snail.
so we know that Kubazan was one of the gods.
Yep, so is Shigambi.
Yeah. And then Moa, so they're trying to figure out what Moa's attribute is.
I believe Moa is honesty.
I would guess so too. Yeah, that sounds right. So based on this tale, we can probably figure out what each attribute each of the gods stands for, and there's probably 9 shrines throughout this city that we're looking for.
Yeah, so Aijin is recklessness.
You what? I'm sorry?
Aijin is recklessness.
Okay.
Aijin the Almiraj is recklessness.
Okay.
That's her.
So,
That's Aijin's virtue.
yeah.
Some of the
Oh,
others are less clear.
An Obalaka is wisdom.
Most likely, yes, because she's described as wise. I don't think we know enough about Nang Nang. We don't know. Papazotl is
Shagambi is bravery.
yeah, and the Kubazan is bravery. Shigambi is Shigambi
is
is
the
wisdom.
Kamina.
So Obalaka is going to be something else. Papazotl might be wiliness, but it's not really clear. Wongo also unclear, and Unk unclear.
Nang Nang is craftiness. Did you say that?
No, I did not say that. Where do you see that?
Because Nang Nang is the grung, and the grung is the crafty.
Oh, you're right.
Vic, is your mic still working? I saw you lighting up. I wasn't sure if it was working or not.
Who were you talking to?
My wife.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes, I
I can hear you, Vicky.
Does sometimes your name lights up and I don't hear any sound, and I'm just wondering if your mic is working.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Okay.
We might at some point find specific names of these virtues as we're exploring the city, like especially if we have to match up the gods and the virtues.
Yeah.
Zodal is wily.
So there's and then there's something about puzzle cubes.
About what?
Puzzle cubes too. There's
Puzzle cubes. Yes, that was mentioned in the graffiti, right?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a
Puzzle
second.
cubes are the key. Does the scribe know anything about puzzle cubes?
Yes, let me just kind of finish this last part of the story here.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I didn't know
No,
there was
that's
more.
okay. I was letting you guys read through all that, but
Sorry,
you know
it's kind of fun to puzzle this out.
the scribe adds that these new deities were very cruel, and you know their cruelness and their we'll say their evil, their cruelness, eventually attracted the attention of a archlich,
Oh, I'm sure
um,
that couldn't be good for them.
who then basically killed them all.
All the trickster gods.
Yes, and you know this archlich then basically because he knows they're after the soulmonger, right? So this archlich
Sorry,
then
sorry. Who
create
knows who's after the soulmonger?
the scribe knows.
The scribe knows that the red wizards are after the soulmonger. Okay, I
Yep,
just want to be clear with the pronouns. Go
that's
on.
okay. That's fine. So they believe that this archlich basically carved out a tomb to put the soulmonger into, right? So, or
Yep.
basically, it's so basically what you have here is you have the city itself, right? And then this archlich, after he killed all these gods,
Yep.
he forced the citizens, the Omuans, to carve out a tomb for their defeated gods. And then the archlich killed the Omuans and sealed them in the tomb with their false gods,
Yep.
and put the soulmonger somewhere in there, right? To
Okay.
get
So.
in to
Yep.
get into the tomb, right? To get into the tomb of the nine gods, um, there are 9 puzzle cubes that are in the shrines hidden throughout the city, and the red wizards are already searching for the cubes, and that's what they were doing. That's why the other wizards weren't wiped out. They were out searching for cubes. I want to say
Okay.
looking for clues, but looking for cubes, and they're trying to find these cubes so they can unlock the tomb and
Yep.
get the item everyone's looking for, the soulmonger.
Yep. Okay. So I have some questions. Number one, does this do the red wizards know why the soulmonger became active recently? Like it's been sitting in this tomb presumably for centuries. So what? Why now? Why did it start doing something now?
I don't think they know that.
Okay. Have they found any puzzle cubes?
not not to the scribe's knowledge. No, not
Have
yet.
they found have they found any of the shrines?
They basically got. I mean, basically they got here on the first day, and the other wizards went off to go exploring, so to speak, and the snake folks came and pretty much wiped them out, right?
How long
So,
ago did you wipe them out?
say in the last couple days, he's been buried in
Okay,
the wall, and
right.
maybe he got some rainwater to drink while he was
Right.
trying to survive, but
And the other red wizards have not been back since then.
correct.
they have any other bases in the city?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
I mean, they did research and stuff like that before they came here, so we got some information, but they had not been in the city long enough for him to know what's been established or anything like that.
Were there any notes or documents here in this compound?
Um, I'll say the scribe has with him whatever notes or whatever that I've told you, but
Okay.
that's what he has. He still has
And
whatever documentation.
he'll be happy to give that to us, right?
Sure.
Since he's no use
He
to
is
it.
happy to join you. He is you know,
Oh wait, another NPC joining us?
he's not a fighter though. He's basically
Okay.
a scribe, but he does know the local language. It can help you
Yeah, fair,
translate and so forth, right?
fair. Okay. Um, Anybody else have questions for this guy? We can also ask him more along the way as long as he's around.
So during the attack, how many Yuan-ti were there? I mean, it looks like 30 of your people were killed. So how many of the how numerous was your enemy?
He doesn't have a number, but obviously it was a lot, and they came at night, and they were surprised. So, um, yeah, I don't have a number for you, but there was a lot, and they surprised us, and it is what it is. His name, by the way, is Orvex. I'll just give you his full name. Yeah, yep, that's fine. But bump.
So I'm looking at pictures of Yuan Ti online because I don't know, I've not encountered one before. So I'm looking at them online, and one of the pictures I'm looking at, Zwanger, looks an awful lot like Ronus. Like I wonder if there's
Like what?
a similarity.
An awful lot like what?
Ronus, the green god from Amonkhet. Remember?
Oh, sure.
Looks an awful. Yeah,
So traditionally there are different types of Yuan-Ti, and there are various. Like some of them look human, others look like some combination of snakes and human.
okay. So there's
So
varying
like
degrees. So
some will have like
Pureblood's more.
a snake head and a human torso. They might have a snake, the body of a snake, or they might have human legs.
Okay. So there's I see. So there's pureblood Yuan Ti that are more snake-like, and then there's the more humanized versions too. They have like a human chest or legs. Okay, cool. Now I know.
Okay, are we ready to move on from this compound then?
Well, I think the thing that probably is the most important is we're going to have, it's going to take us days to do this, and
Yeah.
we're going to have to set up some kind of defensible position to camp because
Yes, although I don't think this is it because the other Red Wizards will come back here.
that's probably true. I'm more worried about the Yuan-Ti.
Well, the Wanty also might come back here if they see that, like, they're obviously aware that there were people here in this compound. So if they see, like, they have been watching it at some point. If they see us there, they might come back and attack. We might want to try to find one of the smaller buildings that has an interior that might be a little more defensible or less noticeable.
The scribe says there's a building behind the compound from here that
Yeah, I see it.
folks thought were interesting with water around it, but no one had gone to check it out yet.
Oh, let's go check it out then.
Okay. So is that where you go to next? Yes.
Yeah, the building to the
Yeah,
west.
we're right near it.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm I'll be right back in like a minute. You guys can keep playing, but I'll just be have to go grab something.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so you head on back there. That's no problem, and you find that there is a rectangular pool of murky waters stretches before this vine draped shrine. Rope bridges that once spanned the water float on the surface, tangled with other debris. The shards of a toppled monolith form stepping stones in the middle of the pool where a statue of a stone frog rises above the water. Give me
Well,
a
we
minute.
were
I can
told.
try and give you a picture. 1 second.
Sure. We were told to beware the frog monster. It seems a little out of the way for the frog to be here, but it's certainly something we should be cautious about. Uh, but I think we should go check it out.
Let's see. Can I make this bigger? Not. Oh, well. Let me see if I have another picture of it. If not, I can download it. Just give me a second. Because that's kind of small.
Sure.
Da 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 da. I want this one, right? Open, please. Oh, well, that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's do this. Wait. Say what? Oh, wrong one. All right, do this. Do this, do this, do that, and say, how about that? Let it pop up. I love how I do this stuff and I give play-by-play to everybody as I'm clicking.
Mm-hmm.
1 second here. Where did I hide this stuff? Is it in here? Oh, no, it's not. Da 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 da. Where are you? Oh, okay, duh. Give me this. All right, cool. So now if I go here and I go here and I open it now, it looks a lot better. Cool. And I can blow this up and make it more readable. And then I can do a cut paste. Copy. So, sure. Boop. And I want to put here. I want to put something here. Ah. There you go.
Nice.
So you can't quite see inside yet, but, I can only hide so much.
Oh, so the building is next to the pool, not in the middle of the
I'm
pool.
back.
Yes.
Welcome back. Okay, so why don't we check out the pool first? I feel like we are going to encounter a froghemoth here. But I think it's worth checking out regardless. So I would suggest we make our way on those stepping stones to the broken column in the middle.
So, let's see. So, Sure. So you get to the pool of water, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Um. So I would say the pool is about 6 feet deep and clouded with mud and algae.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can everyone make a perception check?
Yes. With guidance?
Yeah.
If someone's going to guide you, sure.
Yeah. Zerhana and Alfgar also need to make checks.
Yeah, I had to go look up what my perception was.
Oh,
Although I don't
you
know
don't have to
why.
look it up. You could just do check perception
Yeah, you can just pretty
and
much do,
put GT at the end to represent guidance.
yeah, something like this. I might have spelled that wrong because my typing is up. No, maybe not. P-R-E.
No, you
It's
Nope, I
P
flipped it. Yeah,
PER.
yep,
PER.
P-E-R.
We need Zerhana though.
Working on it.
Just spell it correctly, please.
So far our high perception is 10. Make sure you include GD at the end to get the extra 1d4.
Let's take number one. Okay.
Okay, everyone was like closing their eyes or something.
It happens. So, cool. So, bring it over here. So, what are you doing with this pool?
I was proposing we use those stepping stones to make our way towards the column in the middle, or the remains of the
And
statue in the middle, whatever was in the middle.
is everybody going? The stones are, let's see. The stones are a little slippery. You see moss and stuff on it. You can tell you have to watch your footing. Who is going to try and play jump on the stones?
If no one else wants to volunteer, then I will. Like none of us are particularly good at acrobatics or like not slipping.
Yeah, I just volunteer myself. I have 9 decks.
Yes, you're definitely not the most agile of us.
Who
So
is
I guess
Yeah,
I'll go.
negative, big negative.
probably you. Okay, fine. Um well, you called it. Do an acrobatics check, please.
Oh, I did it in the wrong. Uh,
That's okay.
no, I'll because it doesn't do anything in that.
Oh, I have it just sitting in there so that way you don't make noise in there. All right, go to the other one. Okay. You are great. So you can jump around and you are at the statue. So so basically you have let's see. So you're at the statue. You examine the statue, and inside the mouth of the statue, you see a stone key that was kind of in inset into the stone.
I'll take it.
You got a key. Could you jump back, please, if you're done at the statue?
Yes. Yep.
It looks like you went to the wrong.
No, actually, I was actually typing text in that channel, like
Okay.
actual
okay.
text. Is guidance touch?
I'm for guidance on the jumping.
Is it a touch spell?
Guidance is touch. Yes, guidance is
Okay,
touch.
so I don't get on the way back then.
Okay.
Correct.
Did not succeed this time.
Ooh. Okay. So you disturb the water, and a frogmeath comes out of the water and is quite ticked off.
We're all deeply shocked. Are we rolling initiative?
Yeah, I think so. We'll say Annette, begin. Okay. Well, of course. We'll just go with 1. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see what happened. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Let's go with sure. Oh, and next. My bad. Let's see. We'll go. What's ICARUS? All right. So it kind of attacked with its tongue, and it pulled you kind of closer to him, so we can make a bite attack
On me?
on you. Yeah, you
Sure.
did the water.
Yep, I sure did.
Boom.
Oh Lord.
Swallowed.
Yeah, you,
Oh
Blinded.
good God.
I do
you
not like that.
you got a problem.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, at least you'll be thrown up soon.
Oh, actually, hang on. I have a reaction.
okay, what do you got?
I have shield, which I believe will put my AC up to 21.
That
I'm just
would
double checking the wording on it.
it will up it by 5.
Yeah, so that'll push it up to 21. So I will cast shield in response to the bite.
Go for it. Try casting it and see what happens. I'm curious. Okay. So it didn't give you your stuff back. So yes, that would add 5. That will get you to be 21, like you said. So I have to remove all that crap from you.
I appreciate that. I actually don't mind being restrained, damage, but being
no,
blinded is bad.
you'd probably be dead if you didn't have a way out of it. So it's a good thing. Let's see. So if I can do, let's give you your hit points back. So I know how to do that. So I boop 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 HP combatant name Icarus, and I have to give you let's see 14 31. That would be 15 16 17.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, so that's good. And then I have to take the conditions off of you, right? Because you have conditions of.
Yep, restrained and blinded.
That's a good question. I'm not sure I know how to do that. I'll find it.
Okay.
Adding monsters, examples. I don't remember having had to remove the conditions before. Helper, attributes. Here we go. Um, cool. So let's see if I do fudge. So the effect is. Let's try if it goes for swallowed. So if I say RE Icarus effect name I want to try
3d10 plus 6 for a bite. That's rude.
so that and hey, you look good. I did it. Yay me.
Nice.
That is rude. Um
Okay. My turn.
he
Alright.
looks big and nasty,
What I do?
which is
Gee,
DM
thanks.
code for that. If you haven't
Are you
figured it
gonna
out,
remove
you do not
the
want to be
restraint
here.
blinded?
Sorry, there were two people talking at once and I didn't know how to hear.
As far as I can tell, he has no conditions on him. Is that what you're saying, Paul? I'm sorry.
No, it looks like he's still restrained and blinded.
Shouldn't be. You might have to refresh, but like if you look there, it says effects swallowed and restrained and blinded, removed from Icarus. And when I look in the pinned messages, at least for me, I don't see it on him anymore.
Okay.
So
I mean,
maybe
I interpreted the parentheses as still in effect.
no, you're good. Swallowed gave him both conditions, and it looks good to me. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I know he's good.
What were you saying about this thing being big and nasty?
It's big and nasty, and I really don't know if you want to be here.
I mean, everyone else is on the shore, right?
You're on the
Basically.
shore too. You didn't fall in. You just disturbed the
Oh,
water. I'm
okay.
going to say you're with everybody.
Okay.
So if we get, so we can just get the hell out of here, right?
Well, I don't know if it's going to follow us.
Well, it's in the water, right? Oh, it's not. Oh, it can walk on land too, can't it?
Frogs can normally walk on land.
Hold on.
Oh Lord, this thing's huge.
Yeah, I was about to put a picture in.
Oh God. Yeah.
I mean, we can
That's
try
exactly what I'm
leaving.
looking at too.
Uh, I mean, you could still cast special weapon because it's a bonus action, so it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, should I attempt to attack him with it then? Suppose so, right?
Yeah, I mean, because if we have no choice but to fight it, we may as well get in damage. Like free damage for bonus actions is free basically.
Right. Okay. It's F1, right? Okay.
Okie dokie.
Got 5. Okay. Well, I'll take a step back just to be safe as well.
You can just walk back.
Okay, I'll just walk back. Yeah, I'll just do
You can
that.
disengage. Is it close enough to take opportunity attacks from people who move away?
I'm gonna say no. It came out of the water. It did a distance attack because you did your shield. We're gonna say that if you want to run, you can run. I'll leave it at that.
Well,
If you want to, if you won't be opportunity attacked. If
okay.
if you want to give it a shot, you are.
I mean, I'm next to it, but I mean, I have my own ways of dealing with this.
If you have a way of dealing with it, that's fine.
I mean, I can cast darkness to avoid opportunity attacks.
Oh, that's probably worthwhile, but yes. I mean, I'm gonna let you. If you want to run away, I'm gonna let you run away.
Yeah, we're
If you're
not going to
gonna,
stay
if
in
you
combat.
wanna, if you want to fight it, you are welcome to fight it. I'm not
Although I'm
saying
tempted
I'm
just
not
to-
saying that you won't kill it, but you know,
But there's
I
no
mean,
reason
I mean,
for
you could try. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm kind of
well,
curious.
there's no reason to because we already got the item that he was effectively guarding the key, right?
True.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of tempted just to like stay in darkness and Eldritch blast it from a distance. But
Go for it. What the
I
hell
mean,
do
I
I
could.
know? Be tough. I mean, you saw what its bite did.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can stand 100 feet away in darkness and just keep pinging it. And if it starts moving towards me, I could just leave.
Okay. However you want to do it. It is. So Xanthos, what are you doing? You cast your spiritual weapon.
Everyone else is moving away, is my understanding.
All right. So
Yeah.
Xanthos is moving away. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Vic, what are you doing? Zanria? Xanthra? Sorry.
Zerhana.
Sarhana? I can't pronounce stuff.
I'm moving away.
Okay. Paul?
I'm moving further away.
I'm gonna cast darkness and move away.
Okay. So, how fast do all of you move?
I move 30.
I moved 25.
Okay.
30.
30.
Okay.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that okay. I'm gonna say that he needs to climb out of the water, which gives you guys a bit of a head start. He does pursue for maybe a round, and then he heads back to the water.
Okay, then we'll just leave.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we're done there.
well, you have the key.
Exactly.
I would like to take a short rest before we continue. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Sure.
So sure, you can do that. Where are you taking the short rest? And you do have the key. There was a building behind the key that you didn't really check out.
Yes.
But
Before we investigate that building, I'd like to take a short rest.
okay.
Like far enough away from the pool that the fog's not going to pursue us. But maybe close enough that we can see it in case it comes out again.
Okay. Um, 1 second here. Can someone do? Can you guys do a perception check without guidance, please?
Again?
Yeah.
$17, $16, $12, $10.
So, Zerhana, you pick up that that you kind of see in the maybe in the distance, some bit away from you guys, that you are being followed. Um, you think you saw a Yang T following you guys, but then it ducked behind, say, some cover, and you don't see it anymore. At some distance, somewhere away from you. It would take a couple, rounds to get there. We'll say, some, 30 yards or something like that away, right? But you definitely saw something following you guys.
Okay.
Okay, you short rested.
And the Wanty doesn't come back.
No, he goes back into the pool.
No, I meant the Wanty.
Oh, the one T. I'm sorry, my bad. No, do not come back. Oh, I should end combat. Sorry.
So then we're going to go check out the building.
Okay. So, how are you trying to get to the building here?
Not through
Well,
the water.
it looks like the walls around the building are not fully, there's broken spots in them. So maybe instead of approaching the building from the south where the water is, we can approach through some of the holes in the wall, either from the north or from the east.
Yeah. Although it also looked like the fog didn't come out unless we disturbed the water. So if it was just on the bank, we're probably safe anyway.
Okay.
I don't know how long the frog's memory is.
Okay. So you're going around from the back? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, you see to get into the building. Let me just get my own picture out of it again. Ah, dang it. Oh, never mind. It's up here. There we go. You see there is a locked gate. And there's an
With the stone key.
inscription. Yeah, the key
Yeah.
will open it. There is an inscription above the gate that says the following. It says, Kaburzan urges us to tread without fear and to give back as much as we take. And I'll put
Kubazan,
that.
the trickster god of bravery, of course, says, "Go without fear, and give back as much as we take."
Yep, it's in the chat.
Great. If I wonder if this is one of the shrines. Let's go inside
Okay.
and try to keep in mind about giving back as much as we take.
Okay, so um you open it up and you see that steps descend to a ledge overlooking a pit of sharpened stakes. An alcove on the far wall holds a pedestal with a stone cube resting on it. A relief
Yep.
carved a relief carved in the back of the alcove shows a monstrous frog with tentacles fighting a crane. Wooden
A
beam,
crane.
a crane, yes. Wooden beams radiate from the walls at floor height with 4-foot gaps between them. Uh, Carved frog heads extrude from the walls above the beams.
Is an Eblis a crane? I don't know if nature or religion would help with that.
There's an inscription written, which talks about how uh, Carbazan earned his tentacles from the god Ubatu.
Because he decided to wrestle Ubtao instead of reasoning with him, and then amused Ubtao, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. Does it look like these wooden beams could be like metaphors for tentacles or something?
It looks like the ceiling just collapsed on a pit trap because you got the
Also,
sharpened stakes pointing up.
sure. Is it possible to cross to get to the cube without impaling ourselves on the wooden stakes?
You can move along the wooden beams.
Can we
So
move
go
along
along
the
the perimeter.
Can we move along the ledge on the outside, or is that too high?
Um, you can plus. Oh, okay, yes. Um, yeah, you can move along the wooden beams. You would have to basically hop from beam to beam.
So I see from the map that it looks like there's a sort of stone ledge that's the outer edge of the building itself.
Yes, that's what you're trying to get to. That's where the cube is. You're on one
So I
ledge
meant
and
like
it's on the other edge.
the the rim of the building above the pit. It looks like there's a ledge that goes around the edge of the building, or maybe I'm misreading it.
I think what you're seeing is it's like the top of it is cut away so you can see inside, but
Okay.
it's
Okay. So we
it's
have
not.
to.
Yes.
We'll have to cross the wooden beams to get to the shrine, the pedestal. Is it possible to cross the floor and like walk around the the stakes?
Let's see. Boo. Well, you have to get. I guess you could try and do that.
Um,
I
I
have an
should
idea.
point out before you
Yeah.
go any further here that I could levitate someone, and then they would remain at a constant height if they could find some way to push or pull themselves across to
I
the other side.
I could actually just misty step. It looks like it's less than 30 feet from the stairs to the cube. Am I reading that correctly, Paul?
Are you reading? Oh, from one side to the other side?
Yes.
It's each square is 5 foot.
Yeah. So it's like 15 feet across.
Yeah, we'll say about that.
I could misty step there and misty step back. Can we? So it said this says the thing. The next step before we start doing anything here, the next question is give back as much as we take. So what does that mean? What does the
So it
party
probably means
think that means?
if you take the cube, put back
Hmm.
something of equal weight. Think like Indiana Jones.
Okay. Can we determine roughly how much that cube is going to weigh like from a visual inspection where we are right now?
Um, Hard to tell from 15 feet away, but maybe uh, you know, it doesn't look very big. Like the puzzle cubes themselves
What is
are.
it made of?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Stone.
going. Look up exactly.
I thought it said it was stone.
They are stone. They are stone, and they're only about 3 inches aside, so
How big does that
maybe about half a pound.
how big does that compare? How big in size does is it compared to the key that we just used?
Oh, let's see. You got me going back and forth. Let's see. The key, it doesn't say, but it's a stone key, so it's. I mean, how much can it be bigger than 3 inches? It's probably in the same ballpark.
Okay, like I don't mind teleporting over there, replacing the cube with the key, and coming back.
Well, we don't know what we're supposed to do with the cube. Maybe we're not supposed to take it.
We're definitely
Maybe
supposed to. We definitely need to take it because we need the 9 puzzle cubes to get into the tomb where the soulmonger is.
I think. So maybe. Let me look something up real quick here. Okay, so bravery is, remember, this is the god of bravery, so it's possible we have to do something brave or courageous here.
It's possible, but the inscription on the gate says, "Tread without fear and give back as much as we take." I mean, it's possible that teleporting won't work for some reason, that we actually do have to walk across the beams. Paul, is there any way to make a religion check to see if our interpretation of this inscription is on the right track?
I don't know about that.
Okay, I figured I'd ask.
That's fine. I mean,
I mean, I don't mind also just like trying to cross the beams, and if I fail, and get back up or something. I don't think falling even onto these like stakes is going to be fatal. Okay, so I guess I'll try walking across the beams and towards the cube, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna get guidance before I go.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. You're Vicky's usually the jumping queen here, right? So remember correctly, right? Vic, you could jump your strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If Johanna wants to go, that's fine too. I have like having Misty Step available gives me some other options, which is why I was going to go. But if Johanna wants to go to that,
Why do you want to go? I mean, I don't mind either
so
way.
well, I can teleport up to 30 feet. So if like if I fall, or um, if I have trouble getting back for some reason, I can always just teleport back or teleport there. I was only going to try to walk across the beams because the inscription says "Tread without fear."
Actually, Vic, is that right? You can. Oh, actually, you probably don't have the space to do the long jump. So let me try and just do jumping and see how far you can jump. Because you need a running start to do what I was thinking. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, jump is actually a spell. How about that? Don't want that though. I want. Actually, maybe I do want that. Figures. Leap. Maybe I'll just put plural. I'll put a thing on it. Yeah, that's what I want. And you're gonna tell me chapter 8. Sure. So, oh no, I was thinking long jump. So no, jumping strength determines how far you can jump. So Vic, your strength is like ridiculous, right? Are you 20?
No, 18.
Oh, she can just leap straight across because she's awesome.
Okay, so we'll give her
But
the
if you
stone key.
want her to do the beams, that's up to you guys, however you want to do it. But you are strong enough that you think you can just jump straight across.
I'm happy to have Johanna take the stone key and make the jump across to make the replacement. She does not need a running start. Is that right? Or she does?
Um,
She's definitely, even if she has one on the way there, she definitely does not have one on the way back.
it says jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump.
So your strength score
So
is
is
how far
that
you can in feet.
climbing? Yeah. So does that's jumping, and then there's long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet equal to your strength score if you move at least 10 foot immediately before you jump. If you make a standing long jump, which is what she's doing, oh, she only can leave half the distance. Okay, so jumping is straight up in the air, and the long jump would be half the distance if she can't get a 10-foot running start.
It'd be 9 feet on the way back, which is not enough.
It would be, yeah, so it's kind of close there. So,
So why don't I try just Misty stepping there?
okay,
It's fine.
So I'll take the stone key. I'll Misty step across.
okay, you're there.
Now that I'm closer, do I see anything?
Um, so, whoops, where am I? Up here. So, no, not any more than I described.
No more
You
inscriptions.
would notice that. So let's see. Do. Okay. No, you don't see really anything else. You got your room. Your nothing really moved. You have the beams. You have the frog's heads. You got the cube.
Okay, I'll try switching the cube and the key in like with one quick action, like Indiana Jones.
All right. I'm picturing the Indiana Jones thing, and whoop. Okay. So the key's on the pedestal, and you have the stone.
And then I'll Misty step back to the group.
Okay.
Does anything else happen?
You're back. You have a stone.
That was disappointingly quiet.
You
But
could remove the key from the thing and see what happens if it makes you feel better.
well, like I'm gonna assume the Indiana Jones thing was the correct solution to the puzzle, so that's good. Okay,
So I'm out of spells. If it's possible for us to take a short rest, I would like that. But if the party wants to continue exploring, I'm okay with that.
Well, it's already
we're done here.
11:30, so this might be a good spot to stop if you're going to rest anyway.
Okay, so I'll take a short rest and we'll stop.
Yeah, we have a lot to turn over here in terms of puzzles. A lot of interesting things going on too. But I think we're making good headway working through it. Okay. Oh, by the way, what is the cube? What does the puzzle cube look like? Like, how big is it? Is there a good visual of what it is? I mean, I know it's
Oh,
a
sure.
cube,
I can give you that.
but like I'm not a total dumbass. I know it's the cube. I'm just wondering like what's on each side of the cube, that sort of thing. Is this on each side of the cube?
That's a good question. Let's see.
Wait a second. That's a froggy myth on that side.
Yep.
Sure enough.
Looks just like him, huh?
There's also looks like some sort of symbol above his head.
No, he has 3 eyes.
He has 3 eye stalks.
Oh.
Stone
Okay.
cube.
Paul posted a picture somewhere.
Yeah, it's
yes,
probably
you're
in
right.
the other one.
Yeah, it's in the tomb chapter.
It doesn't say if the cube if the image is on all sides or just the one side. We'll say it's just the one side. The other ones are blank.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
Cool.
I'm glad you had that shield spell. I thought I was going to eat you.
I'm glad you did
I
also.
thought
If I wasn't
you
blinded,
were
I would
frog
have gotten
food.
away. If I wasn't blinded, I would have just teleported away. But yeah, blinded is a problem. Okay, you're gonna post XP for us?
Yes, I will. I'll figure it out and post it. Yep.
Great. Okay. So see everyone next Saturday.
Now, you guys wanted to do it earlier since we don't have Greg.
Saturday?
Yes, if we can
What's
start
up?
earlier, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And I know next Saturday, so that's Father's Day, right?
Sunday's Father's Day.
Sunday's Father's Day. Vic, we're seeing my parents on Sunday, right?
Correct.
So theoretically, we're free on Saturday. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
I think we could go earlier. What do we want to go? Did we want to go 7:30 or 7 or
7? I mean, anytime is good with me.
I think 7 works for me.
Okay.
7's good. Okay.
we
I'm
can go
down
for
with that.
7, and then if something comes up, we could always push it back 30 minutes or whatever. But I think we'll shoot for 7.
Great.
Perfect.
Good night, everyone.
All right.
Everybody, thank you. Have a good night.